The Marxist Democrats and their Operation Mockingbird assets of the media are extremely confused over the majority of Americans rejecting Kamala Harris and embracing Donald Trump despite everything they've thrown at him over the years. And they're especially confused over the number of Latinos, Americans, who oppose illegal immigration, even though the vast majority of the invaders are also Latino. They just can't get it through their thick skulls that just because someone else is the same race as them, that they would allow them to break our laws and look the other way because they're one of their brothers.
There are huge demagogic political movements in Colombia about the Venezuelans who are from next door. Pakistan just kicked out a whole bunch of Afghan refugees. Like, this idea of the foreigners are coming does not necessarily appeal to people's racial solidarity if they see the foreigner as different.
Right.
Because foreigners have different culture, different language, different ethics, and not everybody believes that diversity is a strength.
Can I just say that, you know, coming from an immigrant family, there is this sort of trying to be super American.
Totally.
When people come here, because I know some.
Yes, it's called assimilation. That's what you're supposed to do when you come here.
Because I know some African immigrants who are all the way Trump. And it's this idea of I want to be with the side that's waving the biggest flag. I want to fit in. And there is a huge element.
No, because they're not communists. Many of the immigrants who have come here legally know what communism does and what it did to their countries.
To be honest, of anti-blackness in a lot of this, anti-black Americanness specifically. And Paula and I have talked about this, that there is a part of that anti-blackness is a piece of it. Even though Enrique Tarrio, who's the head of the Proud Boys, is a black Latino, but he's down with white supremacists, down with them.
The Proud Boys are not a racial group in any way, shape, or form. They are just a right-wing adult fraternity, no different than the old Moose Lodges.
And there's this idea that I'm black, but I'm not black. I may look black to you. I may be black if I'm walking through Bloomingdale's and get followed around. But in my mind, I'm identifying with whiteness because whiteness means privilege and it means not being a black American. This has to be unpacked because...
Actually, let's have Chris Rock unpack this as he did way back in the 90s, long before he tragically went woke.
Everything white people don't like about black people really don't like about black people. There's some going on with black people right now. It's like a civil war going on with black people. And there's two sides. It's black people and there's and have got to go. Every time black people want to have a good time, ignorant ass is it up.
Hey, he said it, not me, but stay tuned because there's plenty more to come in this video. But real quick, you can save 20% off any of my shirts at markdice.com for the rest of the week by using the promo code VICTORY at the checkout. So order your Wars of Racket shirt, your Donald Trump and the Matrix shirt, the Cat Lives Matter shirt, the classic Trump Fight, Fight, Fight shirt, or any of my awesome designs, all available on a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check them out. This is going to continue to be a theme that the Democrats and the media struggle with as they try to figure out or come to grips with what happened this week. Posts like this where this guy just doesn't get why 45% of Latinos joined Trump. I don't know if that's entirely accurate. While running on a mass deportation campaign. I just don't get it, man. Well, let me break it down to you. Those are American citizens that just happen to be of a particular race. And many American citizens don't want foreigners from another country, regardless of their race, to invade us. And speaking of Latinos, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez did an Instagram live stream sounding like a lunatic, warning that we're now under fascism.
We are about to enter a political period that will have consequences for the rest of our lives. We cannot give up. We now find ourselves in a time in history that has precedent, and we find ourselves
spewing word salads without actually getting to the point. Come on, honey.
I believe in a time where there are, let's say, peers in history of mass movements of people that mobilize to protect one another in times of fascism and authoritarianism. And this is the era that we are poised to enter.
Let's be honest about this, okay? Let's be absolutely blunt about it.
That Kamala was a diversity hire and not qualified for any position whatsoever other than maybe working at Starbucks?
There were appeals to racism in this campaign, and there is racial bias in this country, and there is sexism in this country. And anybody who thinks that that did not in any way impact on the outcome of this race is wrong.
Excuse me, Van Jones, would you like to play the race card too?
Can you imagine a woman of color acting like Donald Trump acted, even for one day? The kinds of stuff that he said, the kinds of things that he did.
It would be great.
The way that he would insult people. If you're a person of color, you don't feel you have that freedom.
To insult people?
You feel like you really are somewhat constrained.
Because, black women have been known to be so well behaved.
You're always running something in the back of your mind like, how
Black people.
am I going to be perceived? And also, if I say this, will they think that all black people are this way or all women are this way?
Well, are they going to go and look up the 13% to 50 crime statistics? Maybe.
So there's a license that he had to just be a fool.
His white privilege was the only reason why he was so brash. And in case you missed it, here's the moment that Fox News called Wisconsin for Donald Trump, putting him over the top, making him the president-elect, the next president of the United States.
The Fox News decision desk can now officially project that Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States.
Now, when I saw this, I didn't believe it because I thought it was too good to be true. I thought maybe they're going to be duped and then they're going to come out with some error and that would be used to discredit Fox News and conservative media. And it took hours before MSNBC and CNN and the other liberal media outlets finally came to grips with reality and then also called Pennsylvania and Wisconsin for Donald Trump.
The former president's comeback will be complete with a win in Wisconsin, a state that he narrowly lost 4 years ago. He is now the second president in U.S. history to win non-consecutive terms. The first was Grover Cleveland in the late 1800s. Senator J.D. Vance will become the 50th vice president.
And then president in 2028. And now would be a good time to save 20% off of your Teflon Don shirt, your MAGA Mafia shirt, or any of my awesome designs from markdice.com by using the promo code VICTORY at the checkout. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below, enter the promo code VICTORY at the checkout to save 20% through this week, and check them out.